Have you ever wondered how to stay calm in a chaotic world? Today, I'll reveal 10 powerful Stoic secrets that can help you build unshakable inner strength and completely transform your life. Have you ever wondered how to stay calm in a chaotic world? Today, I'll reveal 10 powerful Stoic secrets that can help you build unshakable inner strength and completely transform your life. Let's begin by stepping back in time to the bustling streets of Athens over 2,000 years ago, where a profound philosophy was born. Here, Zeno of Citium founded Stoicism, a way of thinking that teaches us to navigate life's storms with grace and resilience. Stoicism isn't just an ancient idea. It's a timeless guide to mastering our emotions, facing challenges head-on, and living with deep, unshakable purpose. It offers tools to find peace amid chaos, to focus on what truly matters, and to let go of what we cannot control. Imagine a philosophy so powerful that it can anchor you, no matter the turbulence around. So I ask you to reflect. How can a teaching from over 2 millennia ago change your life today? Let's explore this together as we uncover the enduring wisdom of Stoicism and its practical lessons for our modern world. As I look around today, I see so many of us caught in a relentless storm of modern struggles. We're bombarded by constant stress, deadlines piling up, notifications buzzing without end, and the weight of expectations pressing down on our shoulders. Then there are the overwhelming emotions. Anger that flares up in a moment, sadness that lingers after a disappointment, or anxiety that gnaws at us over things yet to come. Add to that the external pressures, society telling us who to be, what to achieve, or how to live. It's no surprise that we often feel trapped, as if we're drowning in a sea of chaos. But here's the thing. Most of us react impulsively to these challenges. When something goes wrong, we lash out, vent without thinking, or let frustration take the wheel. I've seen it time and again. Someone snaps in a heated moment, only to regret their words later, or they spiral into worry over something they can't control, making their situation even worse. These knee-jerk reactions don't solve problems. They amplify them, leaving us more drained than before. What if there's another way? What if instead of reacting on impulse, we could respond with calm clarity, a steady, grounded presence that cuts through the noise? That's where the wisdom of Stoicism begins to shine, offering a path to navigate this modern chaos with strength and composure. Let me share with you a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy that has the power to transform how we navigate life's endless challenges. At its heart, Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what is within our control, our thoughts, our actions, our responses, and what is not, such as external events, the opinions of others, or the unpredictable tides of circumstance. This simple yet profound idea, first articulated by Epictetus, urges us to focus only on what we can shape, while releasing our grip on everything beyond our power. Imagine the freedom in that. When we cling to things outside our control, frustration and anxiety often follow. Think of the countless times we've worried about a delayed flight, a harsh comment from a stranger, or an outcome we couldn't predict. Without this stoic mindset, we become trapped in a cycle of stress, feeling powerless as we fight against forces we cannot change. But what if we redirected that energy by mastering our inner world? Our judgments and reactions, we build resilience. We stop wrestling with the uncontrollable and start crafting a life of clarity and calm, no matter the chaos around us. This principle isn't just ancient wisdom. It's a practical tool for today's world, freeing us from the weight of unnecessary burdens and guiding us toward true inner peace. Let's paint a picture that many of us might recognize. Imagine yourself in a bustling office in Thessaloniki, the air thick with the hum of deadlines and ringing phones. You're in the middle of a heated argument with a colleague named Elena. It started over a simple misunderstanding about a project, but now voices are raised and tension crackles between you. Your heart races as frustration builds. You feel the urge to snap back, to defend yourself with sharp words to prove you're right. But in that moment, emotions take the wheel, and before you know it, the situation escalates. Harsh things are said, and what could have been resolved with clarity turns into a lingering conflict that shadows your day and maybe even your week. This is what happens when we let emotional reactions spiral out of control. We lose sight of what we can influence, our own responses, and get tangled in the chaos of external events. Without a stoic approach, without pausing to separate what's in our power from what isn't, we often make things worse for ourselves. Think about it. How many times have small disagreements turned into big regrets simply because we reacted instead of responded? This is where Stoicism offers a different path, a way to step back, breathe, and choose calm over chaos, even in the heat of the moment. It's not about suppressing emotions, but about guiding them with reason, ensuring we don't become prisoners to impulsive outbursts. Let's explore how to build that inner strength, starting with the art of mastering silence in our next insight. Let's dive into the first Stoic secret, mastering silence. In a world filled with noise, where everyone is eager to speak, the Stoics, like the great Seneca of Corduba, taught us the profound power of holding our tongue. Seneca believed that words, when spoken carelessly, often dilute our strength, while silence preserves it. He observed that those who speak less are often regarded with deeper respect, their words carrying weight because they are chosen with intention. Imagine, for a moment, the last time you spoke impulsively, perhaps in that heated argument with Elena at the busy office in Thessaloniki we spoke of earlier. Did those hurried words resolve the tension, or did they fan the flames? Now contrast that with silence, listening to understand, not just to reply. Silence isn't weakness, it's a shield. It builds authority as others lean in, curious about what you'll say next. By speaking less, we create space to observe, reflect, and respond with clarity. The Stoics knew that true strength lies not in dominating a conversation, but in mastering when to stay quiet. As we move forward to explore the power over our minds with Marcus Aurelius's teachings, remember this: silence is your first step to inner fortitude. Practice it today. Listen twice as much as you speak, and notice the shift in how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. As we move from the Stoic art of mastering silence, let's uncover the second secret to building silent strength: the power over our mind. I often reflect on the words of Marcus Aurelius, written during his time in Vindobona, a frontier outpost far from the comforts of Rome. He reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about that for a moment. In a world full of chaos, deadlines, conflicts, unexpected setbacks, our true strength lies not in controlling the external, but in mastering our internal response. How often do we let a harsh comment or a sudden problem dictate our mood for the entire day? I've seen it in myself. A single frustration can spiral into hours of unrest. But Marcus teaches us to reclaim that power. Our thoughts are ours to shape. A practical way to start is simple yet profound. Pause and reflect before reacting. When anger or fear arises, take a breath. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. If yes, decide how to act with clarity. This small habit can transform moments of chaos into pillars of strength. As we build this mental discipline, we prepare to embrace another Stoic truth: accepting life's fleeting nature, which we'll explore next. Let's dive into the third Stoic secret: embracing impermanence. One of the most profound teachings from Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, reminds us that everything in life is temporary. He taught that nothing truly belongs to us, not our possessions, not our circumstances, and not even our loved ones. They are merely on loan, and one day they will be returned to the universe. This might sound harsh at first, but it's a powerful truth. When we accept that change is the only constant, we free ourselves from the pain of attachment. Imagine, for a moment, losing something you treasure: a family heirloom, perhaps a ring passed down from a grandparent. The initial sting of loss is sharp, isn't it? But here's where Stoicism guides us. By reminding ourselves that this object was never truly ours to keep, we shift our focus from loss to gratitude for the time we had with it. Epictetus would ask us to consider, why suffer over what we cannot control? Instead, cherish the memory, not the material. This mindset doesn't just apply to objects. It extends to every facet of life: relationships, achievements, even our own existence. When we internalize impermanence, we begin to live more fully in the present. We stop clinging desperately to things that will inevitably slip away, and instead, we learn to appreciate them while they're here. Is freedom. This is strength. So the next time you face a loss, Pause and ask yourself, can I let go of my attachment and find peace in what remains? This simple shift can dissolve suffering before it takes root, preparing us to face life's inevitable changes with grace. As we continue our journey through Stoic wisdom, let's turn to the fourth secret: facing criticism with calm resolve. The Stoics, like Seneca and Epictetus, taught that criticism, whether harsh or gentle, is merely an external event, something outside our control. What we can control is how we interpret and respond to it. They urged us to assess feedback rationally. Is there truth in it? If so, it's an opportunity to grow. If not, it's simply noise to let pass. I'm reminded of a scenario from ancient Corinth where a man receives sharp words from a close friend during a gathering. The accusation stings by harshly about a perceived failure or flaw. Without a Stoic mindset, he might lash out, defend himself impulsively, or simmer in resentment. But guided by Stoic principles, he pauses. He asks himself, does this hold any truth? Can I learn from it? If the critique is baseless, he lets it go, recognizing it as a reflection of the speaker's perspective, not his worth. If there's merit, he accepts it without shame, seeing it as a path to self-improvement. This approach transforms criticism from a wound into a tool. It's not about suppressing emotion, but redirecting it with reason. Imagine yourself in a similar moment, perhaps a colleague's harsh feedback or a family member's judgment. Instead of reacting in haste, take a breath. Assess the words for their truth. You'll find that this quiet strength disarms conflict and builds inner peace. A shield against the storms of others' opinions. As we build on this, our next secret will guide us to conquer fear itself, using a powerful Stoic practice to face uncertainty head-on. Let's turn to the fifth Stoic secret: conquering fear. One of the most powerful tools in Stoicism is a practice called negative visualization. This isn't about pessimism, but preparation. The Stoics, like Seneca, taught that by imagining the worst-case scenarios, we can strip fear of its power over us. Think of it as a mental rehearsal. When we visualize potential losses or failures, we're not inviting them into our lives. Instead, we're building resilience to face them if they do come. Picture this: you've just lost your job. The uncertainty looms large, and panic sets in. Now, pause and imagine this scenario before it ever happens. Walk through the emotions, the challenges, the steps you'd take to recover. What would you do first? How would you adapt? By doing this, you're training your mind to handle adversity with clarity rather than chaos. Fear often grows from the unknown, but when we confront it head-on in our thoughts, it shrinks. The Stoics believed that nothing is as terrifying once we've faced it in our imagination. So, I invite you to try this today. Take a quiet moment and visualize a setback, like losing a job or facing a personal challenge. Feel the weight of it. Then let it go by reminding yourself, I can endure this. I can act despite this. This practice doesn't just reduce anxiety, It transforms fear into a teacher. It reminds us that we are stronger than our circumstances, a cornerstone of Stoic strength that prepares us for whatever life brings next. As we move from conquering fear to mastering our resources, let's explore the Stoic secret of financial wisdom. I've often observed how easily we fall into the trap of endless desire, chasing after things we don't truly need. The Stoics, like Seneca, taught the principle of sufficiency, living contentedly with what meets our needs, not our wants. They believe that true wealth lies not in accumulation, but in freedom from the burden of excess. Imagine the weight lifted when you stop craving the latest gadget or luxury. This mindset shifts your focus to what truly sustains you, fostering peace over unrest. Think about your own life. How often do you spend on fleeting pleasures that add little value? Here's a practical step. This week, identify one unnecessary expense, perhaps a subscription or impulse buy, and cut it out. Redirect that energy to gratitude for what you already have. By embracing sufficiency, you align with the Stoic truth. Less can indeed be more, paving the way to inner abundance as we turn to finding balance in life. Let's delve into the seventh Stoic secret, finding life balance. Inspired by the teachings of great Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, I've come to understand that harmony in life comes from prioritizing what truly matters. Too often, we get caught up in trivial distractions, endless notifications, petty worries, or tasks that drain our energy without adding value. Stoicism reminds us to step back, to discern what aligns with our purpose and what merely fills our time. Imagine your day as a limited resource. Every hour spent on the insignificant is an hour taken from the meaningful. Whether it's nurturing relationships, pursuing personal growth, or simply reflecting in solitude, focus on actions that build your inner strength and contribute to a virtuous life. Ask yourself, does this task serve my greater good? If not, let it go and redirect your attention. By embracing this Stoic principle, we create a life not of chaos, but of intentional balance. A life where demands don't overwhelm, but instead flow in harmony with our deepest values. Let's turn to the eighth Stoic secret, decision clarity. As a student of Stoicism, I've come to understand that one of the greatest sources of overwhelm in life is trying to control outcomes beyond our reach. The Stoics teach us to focus solely on what is within our power, our thoughts, our choices, and our actions, while releasing attachment to results or external factors. When faced with a decision, ask yourself, what can I truly influence here? Let this question guide your mind to clarity. Imagine standing at a crossroads in your career, deciding whether to take a risky new job or stay in a stable but uninspiring role. Instead of agonizing over future uncertainties, like how others might judge you or whether the new path will succeed, focus on what you can control. Researching the role, assessing your skills, and aligning the choice with your values. By narrowing your focus to these controllable elements, the fog of overwhelm lifts and the path forward becomes clear. This Stoic practice transforms decision-making into a source of strength, not stress. Let us now turn to the 9th Stoic secret, finding strength in loss. As a philosophy, Stoicism teaches us to accept the inevitable: death, separation, or the loss of something dear. The Stoics, like Epictetus, remind us that everything we hold is borrowed from nature, destined to return. Instead of resisting grief, we can embrace it by shifting our focus to memories and gratitude. Think of a past loss, perhaps a loved one or a cherished moment now gone. Rather than dwelling on the pain, reflect on the joy they brought, the lessons learned, the warmth of their presence. These are treasures no one can take away. By honoring what was, rather than lamenting what isn't, we find peace. This isn't about suppressing sorrow, but transforming it into quiet strength. Loss, in the Stoic view, becomes a teacher, reminding us to value the present and release our grip on the uncontrollable. So take a moment today. Reflect on a loss with gratitude and let it anchor you in what truly matters. Now let's uncover the 10th Stoic secret, relational depth. As I reflect on the teachings of Stoicism, I find their wisdom on relationships profoundly transformative. The Stoics remind us that true strength lies not just in mastering ourselves, but in how we connect with others. Empathy and patience become our greatest tools. Instead of reacting hastily to a loved one's words or actions, we can choose to pause, to understand their perspective before responding. Imagine the power of truly listening, of setting aside our own thoughts to be fully present. This mirrors the Stoic ideal of focusing on what we can control, our compassion and understanding. I invite you to try this in your next conversation with someone close to you. Practice active listening. Don't interrupt. Don't plan your reply while they speak. Just listen. Notice how this small shift deepens your bond. Relationships, after all, are not about winning arguments, but about building bridges of mutual respect and care. This Stoic principle teaches us that silent strength often speaks loudest through empathy. Let me take you back to ancient Rome, to the life of Cato of Utica, a Stoic figure whose quiet strength became a beacon of resolve in the face of impossible odds. Cato, a statesman and philosopher, lived during a time of political turmoil as the republic he loved crumbled under corruption and power struggles. When he opposed the rise of Julius Caesar, he faced exile and immense pressure to bend his principles. Yet, Cato stood firm, unwavering in his commitment to virtue over convenience. Even when stripped of power and facing death, he chose to meet his fate on his own terms, embodying the Stoic ideal of courage, control over one's spirit, no matter the external chaos. His story isn't just a historical footnote, it's a powerful reminder. What strikes me most is how Cato's resolve mirrors the challenges we encounter today. We may not face exile or political ruin, but we confront our own battles. Whether it's standing up for our beliefs at work, resisting societal pressures, or navigating personal crises. Like Cato, we can draw on that silent strength, the kind that doesn't shout or falter, but persists through adversity. His life teaches us that true power lies in mastering ourselves, not our circumstances. Imagine applying this courage in your own life. When the odds seem stacked against you, can you hold fast to your values as Cato did? This Stoic lesson is timeless. Strength isn't in winning every fight, but in remaining unbroken by the storms around us. Let Cato's example inspire us to face our challenges with the same unyielding resolve, knowing that our inner fortitude can outshine any external defeat. Now let's bring the timeless courage of figures like Cato into our own lives. Picture yourself in a high-stakes moment, standing before a crowded room in Nicosia, about to deliver a crucial public speech. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and the weight of every eye on you feels crushing. It's chaos inside. Doubt whispers that you'll falter. But here, in this very moment, Stoic calm becomes your anchor. You take a deep breath, recalling Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Instead of succumbing to fear, you focus on what you can control: your words, your tone, your presence. You let go of worrying about the audience's judgment, for that lies beyond your grasp. Slowly, fear transforms into focus. Each sentence you speak builds confidence, and the room fades as you center on your purpose. This is the pinnacle of Stoic practice, turning inner chaos into unyielding strength. It's not about suppressing emotion. It's about directing it with clarity. Imagine harnessing this quiet power in your own challenges, whether it's a tense meeting, a personal conflict, or a life-changing decision. Stoicism teaches us that within every storm lies the seed of calm, waiting for us to cultivate it. When we embrace this mindset, we don't just survive high-stakes moments, we master them, emerging stronger, more centered, and unshakable. As I reflect on the stories of Stoic strength, from Cato's unyielding resolve to the quiet focus you can summon in a nerve-wracking moment, a powerful thought emerges. What if the next crisis in your life isn't just a challenge, but a hidden opportunity to unlock this silent strength within you? Think about it. Life is unpredictable. Whether it's a sudden conflict, a personal setback, or a moment of overwhelming doubt, these are the very moments where Stoicism shines brightest. I urge you to pause now and consider one struggle you're facing at this very moment. Maybe it's a tense relationship, a looming deadline, or an inner fear that keeps you up at night. Now picture yourself applying one of the Stoic secrets we've explored. Perhaps it's mastering silence instead of reacting impulsively, or embracing impermanence to let go of what you can't control. Imagine how this small shift could transform your perspective, turning chaos into clarity, fear into focus. This isn't just theory, it's a choice. So take this challenge seriously. Identify that struggle, pick one Stoic principle, and apply it today. What might happen if you face this crisis not as a victim of circumstance, but as a student of Stoic wisdom? The strength you seek is already within you, waiting to be awakened. Let this be the moment you begin to see every challenge as a chance to grow, to stand firm, and to live with unshakable purpose. As we come to the end of this journey, let's revisit the 10 Stoic secrets that can forge silent strength and transform your life. First, mastering silence, listening over speaking to build respect. Second, power over mind, controlling thoughts to stay unshaken. Third, embracing impermanence, accepting life's fleeting nature to lessen suffering. Fourth, facing criticism calmly with rational reflection. Fifth, conquering fear through negative visualization. Sixth, finding financial wisdom in living simply. Seventh, creating life balance by prioritizing what matters. Eighth, achieving decision clarity by focusing on what's in our control. Ninth, finding strength in loss through gratitude. And 10th, deepening relationships with empathy and patience. These aren't just ancient ideas, they're practical tools for navigating today's chaos. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate peace and purpose, no matter the storm. Reflect on this. What if the next crisis is your chance to unlock this silent strength? Identify one struggle now and apply a Stoic secret today. Which secret will you try first? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more life-changing insights to master your inner strength. Which Stoic secret will you try first? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more life-changing insights to master your inner strength.